mind as circuit breakers went into hopeless operation. The boy who had been holding the mic stand fell over one of the amps, and there was an explosion of purple sparks, and then the crepe bunting that faced the stage was burning. Just below the thrones, a live 220-volt electricity cable was crackling on the floor, and beside it Rhonda Simard was doing a crazed puppet dance in her green tulle formal. Its full skirt suddenly blazed into flame, and she fell forward, still jerking. It might have been at that moment that Carrie went over the edge. She leaned against the doors, her heart pumping wildly, yet her body as cold as ice cubes. Her face was livid, but dull red fever spots stood on each cheek. Her head throbbed thickly, and conscious thought was lost. She reeled away from the doors, still holding them shut, doing it without thought or plan. Inside, the fire was brightening, and she realized dimly that the mural must have caught on fire. She collapsed on the top step and put her head down on her knees, trying to slow her breathing. They were trying to get out the doors again, but she held them shut easily. That alone was no strain. Some obscure sense told her that a few were getting out the fire doors. But let them. She would get them later. She would get all of them. Every last one. She went down the stairs slowly and out the front doors, still holding the gymnasium doors closed. It was easy. All you had to do was see them in your mind. The town whistle went off suddenly, making her scream and put her hands in front of her face for a moment. The whistle. It's just the fire whistle. Her mind's eye lost sight of the gymnasium doors, and some of them almost got out. No, naughty. She slammed them shut again, catching somebody's fingers. It felt like Dale Norbert, in the jam, and severing one of them. She began to reel across the lawn again, a scarecrow figure with the bulging eyes towards Main Street. On her right was downtown, the department store, Kelly Fruit, the beauty parlor, and barber shop, gas stations, police station, fire station. They'll put out my fire. But they wouldn't. She began to giggle, and it was an insane sound. Triumphant, lost, victorious, terrified. She came to the first hydrant and tried to twist the huge painted lug nut on the side. It was heavy. It was very heavy. Metal twisted tight to balk her. Didn't matter. She twisted harder and felt it give. Then the other side. Then the top. Then she twisted all three at once. Standing back, and they unscrewed in a flash. Water exploded outward and upward, and one of the lug nuts flying 5 feet in front of her at suicidal speed. It hit the street, caramomed high into the sky, and was gone. The water gushed with white pressure in a cruciform pattern. Smiling, staggering, her heart beating at over 200 per minute, she began to walk down towards Grass Plaza. She was unaware that she was scrubbing her bloodied hands against her dress like Lady Macbeth, or that she was weeping even as she laughed, or that one hidden part of her mind was keening over her final and utter ruin, because she was going to take them with her, and there was going to be a great burning, until the land was full of its stink. She opened the hydrant at Grass Plaza, then began to walk down to Teddy Zamco. It happened to the first gas station she came to, but it was not the last.